And I was like, I flipped a coin and I went with what you told me to do. So I flew down the shaft and landed down there to face the 6 technicians cowering downstairs.
We're not cowering.
Sweet. Good entrance. I think
painted
with
a
the
scene.
death robot's a good tactic.
Yeah. There's 6 technicians on your sensors, and I had them all lined up like they were waiting for Vader, scared out of their gourds, to board Princess Leia's ship. It's just such a visual in iconic history of all guys. Like, they had that. Do we have a round action to prepare? You guys always ask me in every game we play, like, do we have it before the combat starts? Yes. Watch the movie. This is like, they're running and they're all like, okay, no, you're behind me. No, you look over my shoulder. No, don't touch my shoulder, Bob. Just go find your own corner. There's no corners, man. They're all sticking out the hall. Why don't they all just back up around a corner and like just shoot, out sideways like the way we do in games? Anyway, time for some logos and some music, which I will mute even myself so it's not interrupted this time. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of This Is Not My Voice. I had a fan reach out and ask me why is that my go-to, hello, everyone? And I said, well, I used to yell. I used to hold the hello. He's like, no. You actually use a different voice that's not your own when you say hello. And I'm like, I don't hear it. So I'm asking, do I change my voice when I go, hello, everyone? Like, is that me? Sounds like me.
It's slightly different. It's a
little bit of a different
radio voice. It's your radio voice.
Okay. So, on a dare and a very stupid wager, because I'm bored driving and pull over and I'm on my break and I'm stressed from what I was doing, and then I start talking to fans and it's like, oh yeah? Well, we'll see how long I can keep that up. So, hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of We Shot First. We are in Book 5. The First to Strike. When last we left our heroes, I can't do this.
See?
It's also
you can tell that's a different voice. You had your brows knitted and you look very
it's
intense.
the eyebrows that get me every time. It's
incredibly useful, but I think you kind of realized it there.
Yeah,
as you were
definitely. If you don't watch the video, apparently my performance is that much more intense when you can actually see me in the video. So if you go to Rollmongers Podcast Network on YouTube or watch the Twitch, apparently there's a little bit more in store. I disagree, because our final edit of the podcast has some of the more enriched audio enhancements and ambient sounds and things that we don't necessarily get around to in the live. I try to, but just saying. Anyway, when last we left our party, lessons were learned, lessons were taught, and a single droid didn't waste any time, because technically, in our action economy in this game, a swift action can open a hatch, and down a chute he went. 6 technicians wait for you in a computer hub that they've set up. Now, remember, this is not a technologically advanced society, right? So imagine like a generator and cables going everywhere, and someone's drilled a hole in the cement and like anchored stuff, and it's a mess of like those spy movies where like they set up in a warehouse, right? And as the screens went dark and as their controls, because these guys were controlling those turrets, you would assume, went dead, they even took time to like drop over the great big, and I'm talking those 1950s, 60s, 70s computer labs that like look like a vending machine with lights on it, 70s Star Wars kind of stuff, and they kick one of those over and use it for cover, right? This console that controlled that landed never to be flown on Hoth 47T something speeder that we, scooped off of the Rebel. I guess that's 19 years in the future. Maybe someone spotted the turrets and said this would be a great thing to put in the air. You think of that? Just saying.
Oh.
Little moments in the setting here, in this writing, this was written obviously after the movies, but because it predates the movies, sometimes I see things that they hint at, like, oh no, we had this first, it's happening now in the past, so it's a nod to the future. Hence one of the reasons why our title works so well. We shot first. The air is quiet. The mood is tense. And the droid speaks to my little technicians, and they visibly pale. Their sugars drop. Now there's a good upgrade for your sensors. Measuring people's sugar level, their heartbeat slows or speeds. Can you do that, Doug?
I'll hand out some candy. I don't want any insulin shock here.
Here's a cinnamon roll before
I'll
we
trade
fight.
you this candy for your gun.
We need to do his medical. We need to do his medical droid upgrade first.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
my master told me a little bit about insulin over.
I'm sorry, we have Jay back tonight. So I wasn't trying to give away your job because you've been absent lately. No, I'm sorry. Forget all that. It's not canon. Not canon.
I've been jury-rigged, Master, while you were gone.
As far as the initiative goes, TLX, it is yours. What do? You had spoken in that brief moment. You'd come down, and they all ready to action. You come down, they're looking at you, you're looking at them. You spoke to them. What do you do?
I will ready an action to fire on any of them that fire at me because I offered them the chance to surrender.
Is that what you said? Oh, that's right. You said you have the privilege to surrender to me. Was that the line?
Yeah, you may now surrender to me.
Okay. I would like you to, that thing you do, the come at me, bro? Where you go against our willpower?
Like me to make a persuasion check?
Yes, I would. This is the first, last, and only time because I know
I'll spend
that
a force point on it.
there is a feat, I think it's a noble feat or talent called Demand Surrender. So if it's in the system, right, probably would let you do a lot easier. So what'd you get?
I rolled a 20 and I added a force point for 26.
Doug, they throw down. And I don't mean like, let's get it on. I mean, they frickin' drop their blasters and up go the hands and they back off and they all start babbling in basic galactic, high galactic at once. One claims to have offspring. Another one claims that their sire would be upset if you terminated their existence. Another one just changes his aura, goes for the brown pants. One begins to weep. And I was just trying to come up with a description like from a droid's point of view. Right?
Then I'll use my standard action to start going over to collect weaponry and go over the comms as a free action to say the technicians have surrendered down here. Things are under control.
And the one and only time I surrendered my guys to Doug, and no one saw it. Very important point. No one saw it. The last guy holds out his hand, hopeful for candy.
I will squeeze a little bit of oil out of my...
Yes. Later on, during the next encounter, when things seem to get tough, when your backs are against the wall and it seems perhaps the force has abandoned you, I want you to remember this moment where I kind of hand-waved the softer part of the last encounter and decided not to light you up and do a gun battle, you against 6 techs. I want you to remember this favor. Or, as the way I put it, kind of go soft on the end of this one so I can lean into the next encounter. So
I don't wanted to fight them all too, though. But I still accept it. I like both outcomes. Both outcomes are good.
Oh, you just starts killing them? Thank you for your guns.
Now I start
beat them all.
No. I kind of wanted to see what six shots at me it would have looked like because I think I could have taken it.
Probably, Mr. Shields. I guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
I will tell you this: we had blaster pistols with +5 to hit. Let you do some simple math in your
the dice
they'd have needed 20. They'd have needed 20s to.
And it's not
the dice have been very muchly favoring Jeff lately, though. So I bet out of those 6 shots, 3 of them would have been 20s.
I didn't hand wave this combat because our reflex is 13, or fortitude 13, and will 11. And it's not because they only had 14 hit points each. No. This is not why. It's because the next encounter, I truly believe that the writer intended a GM like myself to kind of read between the lines. They give a bunch of equipment. And last time, when you guys went up against those rideable walkers and they had mortars but couldn't use them because of the game mechanic, I thought, well, that was a waste. If I run across a similar situation, I'm certainly not going to waste this chance with a similar situation coming down the road. And no, I'm not going to change the rules like modifying range, but depending on how this goes. So you've been warned. So, gentlemen, you go over the comms. You hear TLXS. And when he opens the comms, you can hear the organics weeping and crying about their sires and their their offspring. And hardened, trained Imperials, they are not.
I'll respond. Bring them up here, TL, and then tie them up. As I continue opening the hatch to the ATST and pulling out the 2 pilots from it here.
Okay. I refuse to tell you their fate. If I was going to assign a dark side point in the moment, it would have been back then. So whether they died or survived, we'll just move on with the story. But I do appreciate the fact that you took the moment to rescue.
No, it does. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you would have assigned a dark side point or not due to me catching it, but I was going to grab them and vital transfer both of them.
Oh, okay.
As pulling them out.
Okay. Very nice. Healing the enemy wounded. Do you do this because now you control the command center? Because I'll tell you, gentlemen, fast forward within an hour, the Nazarene forces stand side by side with you, and now that you're heroes on either side of your shoulders, well, they hail you as heroes. I mean, you guys know better. And your Nazarene allies have taken over the control center. You guys are now in charge of all communication on the planet. This means you can cut off Imperial communications planet-wide, Dr. Leff, and you guys also begin to hear reports coming through the command center, through the consoles and stuff. Because
Jeff, is the command center of that here, or is the communication center someplace else? Is this the communication center?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This is not only where they communicate, but also where the calculations for the asteroid field around the planet are.
Great. When the last of the technicians goes up the stairs, I'd like to make a communication to switch.
Okay. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll have to insert that now because, like, this is Martis Plaza where all communications come through here. But there's still an objective, a very important one, like the dish and a bunch of stuff, but we'll get to that. Okay. Would you like to tell me quietly, or are you just saying you're just hand-waving it saying you're doing a report, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's mostly ones and zeros, so
you're
really just kind of...
You're doing what you've been programmed to do.
Exactly.
We'll put it okay, awesome. One step closer. Nice. Okay. So like I said, in a little while, you know, you guys are shoulder to shoulder with Sartok and his men. They control the communications, and you guys begin to hear reports of the Nazarene actually turning the tide and beginning to defeat stormtroopers throughout the city. And in addition to that, because the Nazarene can control the rogue tracking station from here, the Empire will have to deal with the rogue fragments if they wish to land to Nizon from space, greatly increasing the difficulty of an Imperial mission to retake this planet. Because this, in tandem with the rogue tracking station, is what sets up the minute flight adjustments to get through the debris field in orbit. If you follow me. Okay. Also, you can get like a lay of the land. You know what I mean? Like, you can use this tracking station to like detect enemy positions and stuff like that. You know, And this is where I'm saying, like, you're getting reports, but you can also use, you guys want to get in there.
I mean, we should probably get an idea on the final objective that we have to hit. It's called Point Gold. A general layout of that.
Who's our computer guy?
Oh, I suppose that would be me.
Okay. Pulling the proper code cylinders from several brown pants.
Do I need to to first gain access, or can I go directly to?
That's what I'm saying. Like you pull they had everything up and running. They didn't like shut everything off. All they did was like the things that actually the gun turret controls, they like knocked those over, but they didn't like kill communications. They get so much shit if they survived. So like no, that's up and running.
Then I'm going to use my flash of insight just to make sure I don't mess this up.
Okay.
And that is a 24.
Okay. So there is all kinds of signals, enemy positions, and like all kinds of stuff. It's like tuning into air traffic control. There's a lot of data here. Now, if you have an objective or an idea, like, okay, what's going on over at Point Gold, right? You can give me a computer roll and tap into that, or you know what I mean? Like, you guys would kind of need an idea of your own, without me spoon feeding it to you, and go, can I do that from here? And the answer would probably be yes. All you need is, because like, this is the eyes and ears of the Empire down here on the planet, and you guys just cuffed them in the ear, as it were.
Yeah. Then I'll be looking for any information on the general like staffing at Point Gold, and potentially any incoming or outgoing communications from there.
Okay. Give me a couple more computer checks. Sifting is your friend.
32.
Yep. And make a little skill challenge here.
27.
Okay, that's enough. I think you're done embarrassing me. My DC's 15. Well, you succeed in yet another Damn it.
I can't not succeed if DC 50.
I know. Oh, it's in there. You detect a message from an Imperial officer to one Vril Vrackith, who is currently stationed on Mount Antis, which the Imperials call Point Gold.
I've found a transmission to a Vril Vrackith.
Yeah, how you guys
sound familiar to anyone?
How you guys good at cracking the old Imperial codes?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
If only someone had gotten software or something from an earlier adventure. I think it was like book 2 or something. No? No? They're all shrugging.
Book 2 was Cato Nemordia.
Yeah. And an NPC came forward, and you were like, what does Darga want? And they go, I don't work for Darga. I work for this person.
Oh, it was the the droid.
6-6. The Red's protocol droid.
And you guys gave him data, and Switch hacked it, and then brought you the response. And it was Imperial codes. If only we had a droid that worked for Switch. Okay, now I am spoon feeding.
I don't know if I would have it, but...
Well, here's the thing, Doug. We've been talking about your programming, and Daddy doesn't give away stuff for free. If you, shall we say, relinquish a bit of control, if you reach out to Switch, I mean, you just did, actually.
Yeah. Did I get something? Did a payload come back?
No, it's kind of a one-way going. I'm doing this, I'm here, ping. I'm doing. He'll take it and cipher it. Because if it goes back and forth, then somebody will be able to trace the signal right back to Zelzon, right? So he accepts one-way pings, but it's rare that he, reaches out. Yeah, the last time you heard from Switch was the last time I actually, spoke about him and stuff. But if you guys want, you could connect the dots here. I feel like I'm just kind of playing for you.
I mean, there is that option, But I do feel like it wouldn't be too difficult to just crack the code as is.
All right. You got, what do you call it? Cracking codes in Star Wars. I believe you need, well, you've got several code cylinders. You are in the command center. So that's definitely a heads up. You don't need to hack into the system. But you'd need to be familiar with the code or have some basis for it. So do you have any Imperial equipment?
We have...
Sorry?
There's code cylinders on people. There is also technically, like, our helmets would have base code, but not necessarily external and internal, but still coding.
Well, everything's here. All communique. And, like, everybody talking to everybody, and you don't know what they're saying. Now, if you guys perhaps knew of something that went down, and then could actually use that information to look at the code and the communique and go, we know what happened. We could reverse engineer the code by...
I mean, I imagine a lot of people would be complaining about this station going down and probably asking what's going on.
Yeah, you guys were present for the battle. One might think I'm being too generous.
I mean, we also have 6 technicians as prisoners plus 2 pilots. You can ask them.
Yeah, that'd be the easy way. I was almost distracting you guys. I was hinting that it's like, wow, we just did a fight. We could like analyze those communications of the turret guys talking to the walker and figure out a lot of the base code.
Light interrogation.
Yeah, and then there's the always blaster to the head. Right?
No. Rahal doesn't have to resort to those kinds of tactics anymore.
No, that's what I do. That's 6. What you have me for.
I know, there's 6 of them. Actually, being complacent, now that you guys are level 10, being complacent in front of dark shit gives you dark side points.
Well, what about threatening hostile actions without
if there are any
I
sort
will
of
persuade them to give up the information.
Okay.
I will make them my friend.
With
apologize
with a single roll.
Well, how many do you want? I'll give a bunch.
Look up intimidation under persuasion. This is the one time where, like, because we're always like,
within it, persuasion is intimidation is a function of persuasion.
Yeah,
there is also change attitude.
Well, we were hostile. We probably still are, but there's 1 or 2 steps the most you could do before they would actually go all the way to helpful, which is usually too many steps away, unless you have feats and talents where you actually get a double step for a single roll kind of thing. The easiest way is to intimidate them, and you get a short time compliance. Well, you only need codes, right? They can hate you later. So that would be the GM's advice, is go for straight up intimidation. It's not dark side, right? I'm surprised you guys aren't like digging in and reading it off to me. Go ahead. I'll let you.
Okay. As a all-round action, you can make a persuasion check to force a single creature with an intelligence score of 1 or higher to back down from confrontation, surrender one of its possessions, reveal a piece of secret information, or flee from you for a short time. Creature must be able to see you. Your check result must equal or exceed target's will defense for the intimidation to succeed.
So 26, I know it's 1-to-1, but there's 6 guys. They all thought that TLXS was talking to them, so they threw down. Still within the rules. I'm just being kind, letting it happen 6 times in a row.
Yep. Apply a modifier
I will intimidate them, each independently. I'll pull them aside.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Keep going in.
And, yeah.
Apply a modifier to the check based on the threat the target perceives from you. Target is helpless or completely at your mercy is a +5.
Yeah, I like the fact that even if you had a bunch of guys squatting in the room, they would have that, like, camaraderie, and Rahal separates them. You know?
Yeah.
Does the school teacher stuff? Okay. Seven. I think he's moved past technicians. He's just
I'm interrogating the pilots too.
Oh, okay. We're kind of out of it. What do you know?
Also, your
just
pilots
smack them
are
around
being,
a little bit, Matt.
your pilots are being persuaded via perception.
Oh, oops, wrong button.
It's okay.
Oops, wrong button.
He perceives that they're out of it, but he just wanted to kick somebody around. The P buttons are so close. Matt's always pushing his P button, and laughter
Easy
ensues.
there, Jeff. Easy.
Give me the roll numbers.
That is also perception.
Now that we're no, read me the numbers you've already rolled, man. You got all these persuasions up there.
All right. There you go. I've rolled a 30, a 29, a 29. No, sorry, a 30, a 29, a 24, and a 38. Because most of those are actually perception rolls.
You need to get your eyes checked, man.
Persuasion, perception.
Make a perception check.
I didn't even notice until the second bar.
See, he's not on the to make that mistake. 23.
Hey, I'm just reading crunch together numbers. I'm not looking at your character sheet. Don't lock me in with your old age. We were sympathetic about your back pain because Doug and I are 51, but
a 35 and a 26.
Maybe you need glasses like Doug and I have. Hey, time for a couple of these. Hey,
maybe. Nope. I've actually been wondering that. I can't read.
My doctor told me as soon as you hit 40, male eyes start deteriorating rapidly after the age of 40.
Yep. I don't need them for distance. I just need them to read.
I take mine off. Well, I spent years. I was like 5. I had glasses, and then I outgrew them, got my eyes a little stronger, and then re-inherited them around 35, something like that. Anyway.
Bam.
With stellar rolls and some interesting perceptions about these guys, you Sherlock Holmes them, you can tell which one has the mom, which one has the kid, which one has.
Well played, Jeff. Those rolls weren't wasted after all.
I want to use them up so that Can I retcon that 20 something, 14%? No, use them all up. You want to make them your friend? No, you want to play good and bad cop. Well, we spent quite enough time on this already. They cough up the ghost. They're going to be your friend. Or they sit down and they log in and they're like, what do you want us to, What do you want to know? You want them just to read the intel, or you want actually them to send a message?
Ooh.
Read the intel.
Yeah, let's go with let's get the information first, and maybe the sending of the message will come afterwards.
One hits a silent alarm, gets all smug, right? And then even gets to a point where he's telling you that any moment now that console's going to light up and the garrison's going to send guys. And the garrison apologizes that they've locked themselves in because they think an attack is imminent. And the garrison will not send dudes. Then a Cheesemo for the win! He cooperates after that. Very cooperative
Nice.
after that. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Garrison calls back. You're going to have to batten down the hatches. We ain't coming out for a while.
Down dark in the deep computer room bunker. Many blips and whistles and things, and the scene plays out. And you guys file people up and down that shaft, and everyone wants alone time, and you're showing how bad those ATST guys and all kinds of kerfuffle. Nazarene guys are showing up and mucking around by this time, right?
Just quickly, a quick thing. While they're while they're interpreting the messages, can I try to see if I can figure out the conversion?
Oh yeah, no, this is definitely more exposure to the code, and
Yeah, be just useful to know that.
Yeah, we'll look into it between games and get some official ideas. Whatever.
If this takes 10 minutes, can I have Merrick help me repair myself a little bit?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
All right, I'm going to roll for me, and then I'm going to roll for him helping.
Yeah, sure. Do you have control of the sheet?
Yep.
Yeah, go nuts. So, as I was saying, deciphering the message from an Imperial officer to Vril Vrackith, who is stationed on Mount Antis, it instructs him to wait for any remaining officers within the city, then destroy the Sarlacc project database and evacuate the planet. Vrackith has acknowledged this order. but that's it. Doesn't say, where, when, blah, just 10-4.
Oh, that's something we should also look for. Doc, can you look through the records and see if you can find anything about the Sarlacc project?
I'm sure something could be managed.
Okay. 6 guns to 6 heads. 6 rolls of 6 technicians. It's starting to smell in here, but that's okay. Brown pound guys work just as fast as regular guys.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh, and left, yeah. Sorry, I thought we were still using them.
That's fair. I got a 24. If they happen to be more forthcoming, that'd be great.
The only mention of Starlight Project is in this communique to that cell number. Like, it's actually gone to his comm. You technically have the guy's phone number if you want to call him up. And
hey, what are you doing?
What are you wearing? Talks about his medium armor.
Imperial standard issue armor. Why?
Oh, no. Vril Vrackith? Actually, there is information here about Vrackith.
I get an equipment bonus.
He's like a guest officer, so it's like he doesn't really give you orders, but he can give them orders acting on the Imperial officer that's his handler, and he's allowed to do as he likes, and you can't give him orders. Only the handler can give him orders. And he's been running around, apparently hunting a bounty for you guys.
Oh, the bounty hunter.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no information on you guys. It just says party last departed, and it mentions the planet Elmis that you guys were on.
Oh.
And there's communique from the Arrakis and Draco ship or whatever, and like this is when you guys like bailed, right? This the captains of those ships that were looming behind the planet you guys ran away from started some communique, and it was answered that it's like, okay, they got away and they're interfering with Inquisitor Draco and stuff, and we've lost communication with Draco. Oh no. And what's their next order? So they like put bounty hunters on that ship, so there's a basic description of your ship that they saw, that they encountered, and or ships plural, and whatever loose information, right? But it's vague. It's like, it's not here, your personal information. It just talks about like this file. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're gonna, like, they mentioned that like the package has been given to the bounty hunters, and bounty hunters are looking after the people that escaped from so and so. Classified information. Like, not everyone's talking about this in front of the water cooler. Like, it's not description. They don't put out APBs on you guys. No. Classified information that somebody messed up one of their inquisitors, and this guy Vril Vrackith, right? However, his profile, Vril Vrackith, experienced bounty hunter, has been brought on board to deal with it, and is here on Elmis. And then there's all the communique going, the Nazarene are suddenly coordinated. A group of insurgents, non-Nazarene, busted out a whole bunch of Nazarene from our holding pen, and after that it's just been shitstorm, rebellion, resurgence, resistance crap for days. And, Big Daddy's sending down messages from space from the big Victory class going, what's going on, guys? Sorry, sir. All the underlings, right?
Vive la revolution!
Yep. And then there's a whole bunch of insistent from the one commander at the barracks that he knows their tactics and they're coming here and he wants reinforcements. He's batting down the hatches and he's not going to waste any men outside anymore. And all this crap. And they've turtled up where they might have been actually been able to send some of their forces to tactically aid somebody and been a bigger pain in Sartax. So,
Are we also getting any communique from like not planet side Imperials, like people that are still up in space looking to be like, hey, what's going on?
I think that was some of it, was the back and forth between the orbiting Star
Because I mean,
Destroyer.
if possible, could I forward all incoming extra planet messages directly to his comms? That would just be funny.
To Vril?
Yeah. Just
So
keep him very, very distracted.
He just gets spammed by official communique?
It's a DNS attack, man.
Okay.
I can attest to how much that can mess with your evening. Jeff
DOS
calls me.
attack.
I've been dealing with people all day. Jeff called me like, "Be patient."
I have a handler.
Do it,
Like,
stop.
it's a brilliant idea, but honestly, like he's a loose cannon bounty hunter. He'd just be kind of like, if I just start hearing all kinds of comm chatter, I just like shut it off, or turn to a different station and go, "Hey, Bob, backup
All
station."
frequencies. All
Yeah.
frequencies.
Yeah. Now, but Sartak is still trying to coordinate. Speaking of which, Sartak shows up, congratulates you guys, and wants to use this place to. You guys could use it to coordinate revolts planet-wide.
Should we spend time repairing these turbo lasers for them? We may not
I
I
have
feel
no,
like
time.
if dude's gonna blow
they're-
something up on all the Imperials escape, we might want to.
No, they would rather pull them down. Like they were happy to build the thing to take care of the air base, but you know what I mean. Like these are not interested. You know,
Okay.
this is their monument. Like they want this stuff unbolted and taken apart. So rebuild the war machine here? No, thank you. So, however, they're not idiots. They're like, all right. Anyway, so with technicians to help them, and Sartak and his guys are pretty quick learners, right? They can, over their shoulder, you know, make this the war room. If you let them. Yeah.
Don't
Show of
see a reason
hands,
why
use
not.
the war room. Show of hands, this is our planet now, bitch. Go back to your cave. Yeah. What's our vote here?
Oh, are they
I
ready
mean,
to
it was-
worship us as their new leaders?
That's their new
It was
gods.
originally their planet
this
to begin
now
with.
another
We can't
planet?
do anything to stop them.
In the
Well, before they dismantle it,
in the
we'll
Oberus
collect any
Empire?
of the data pertaining to what's been going on the planet, like showing the slaving, the Nazarenes being used as slaves and carted off, like all the, you know, some good juice against the Empire. You know,
would they like
blackmail
to be
material.
No,
futurely
it's a
called the
communication
Oberons?
center. So it's like, it's not a database where they store archives going, here's our contract to, you know what I mean? Like, I know what you're looking for.
No, could I not use the scanning technology to record what's going on direct?
Yeah. Yes. And you could probably use this as a link to maybe hack the database on the ship or whatever. But the last communication they sent was, we are under attack. We are being breached. We are, and then black it. Right. And now if they've got a hacker up there monitoring what we're doing, right? It's like, sir, the rogue station communications is offline. We can no longer navigate the debris. Sir, get contact with them. Ask the technicians what the hell's going on down there. They're ignoring our hell, you know. What are they doing? Well, they're not talking to us, right?
But I have no objections of turning it over to the Nazarene to use as their war
Sure.
room or whatever.
Now, as far as making a recording, yeah, for the rest of the adventure, whatever, hit record, and that's something you could take back to the Resurgence, right?
And we can
For
also
proof.
take the previous messaging.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. There will be a log, yeah.
yeah. So we'll at least keep track of that.
Attack this, attack this, attack this, yeah.
Well, I'm
Hall
sure
can
there's
update
probably
his,
a log prior to us being here, but
Oh, yeah, take it to the Senate. They'll take it to the courts. They'll show that empire. Yeah, no worries.
absolutely.
First steps.
Rahal can
True
update his
Yes.
auto recordings of what goes out to when he hits 0 hit points.
I will also take some of this time to do vital transfer on Merrick. I'll spend a force point so I don't take the damage.
Okay.
And then just,
Is there anybody else? Because we're not going to use... Merrick's not here tonight. Merrick will be called off to save the day somewhere else.
everyone else took almost no damage.
Okay.
And any damage that was taken was either repaired or from temporary hit points. Like a deal.
Okay.
At this point, I'm only down 1 hit point, which, if this is now 20 minutes, I'll do it back.
So what's your next move, gentlemen?
Head up to the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like being hunted.
Okay.
Also, it seems like he has information related to the Sarlacc project. Hopefully he hasn't gotten rid of it.
Have to take him alive first.
Bounty hunter? Knowing his type? Nah. He'd keep that tucked away for safekeeping. Information's power, especially in that world.
So before you leave the most powerful information hub on the planet, before you go in blindly, is there anything else you want to do while you're here? Before you just show up at another location with no intel?
I mean, I was hoping that we could potentially look up to see if he has like this. He's a bounty hunter.
Facility.
Presumably, he's got a file, like not necessarily what they know, but perhaps like an online ad.
Is there any data on the facility that we're headed to in these years?
Okay. So, Mount Elmis is where they are building a massive shield generator. It is incomplete, but it's already the biggest structure in or near the city. That's what the Imperials are up to out there.
These computers don't have anything on it other than stations up and back, and that thing didn't have
Like they have logs of like all the conversations because they come through here. I'm assuming because of the debris field, they have to beam it straight to here, and then this place talks to everywhere on the planet instead of just randomly talking to points on the planet or talking across the planet. You know what I mean? They don't have an aerial or anything here, but I'm assuming that there's some way, like as a communication center, this is the nerve center of whatever they have set up in the field.
If we were to, we may not have a lot of time, but if we have, I'm making up an amount of time, an hour, and I'm not sure, would we look and try to assess how many people might be using that facility by seeing the kind of communications and try to infer and do a knowledge tactics check or anything like that to kind of they've just got 3 shipments of food, so that means there might be 20 of them,
Sure.
and that's very oblique. I'm fine if you say no.
There's everything up until yesterday was land, store, build, rotate people, let's get this done, right? Today it's been this is a concern, let's pack up our shit, let's be ready, let's bunker down. Halfway through the day, let's begin evacuating the important personnel. And now it's like everybody leave, evacuate.
Nice.
And then the bounty hunter. Yeah, tell him to evacuate too and destroy everything about the Sarlacc project that he knows about. Because Draco was the guy that recommended him, so maybe he knows something, who knows, blah, blah, blah. And Vril went, 10-4. And that's the last communication that has anything to do with the shield generator. So you're assuming that everyone's left. Or if you get out there, you'll see like all kinds of little ships leaving. Maybe they left a surprise for you, who knows. But the official pull out order, like back off from the planet, because they have area superiority. They can back off to the airbase. They can back off, because you guys keep taking positions. And places in the city that they had like little outposts are all getting overrun by the Nazarene. So they're kind of doing a tactical retreat right now. So if anything, there's communication about like sending shuttles and scooping up scientists and engineers that were building the shield generator. And we'll just, the Nazarene, it's just parts. It's an unbuilt machine. If we take the planet back, we'll go back to building it. But right now, we're kind of exposed because they're out there at a construction site, right? This is what they were building at Mount Elmis.
There's like a massive shield generation station.
Yeah, it's not built yet.
Do we know how far along it is?
Go have a look.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
They're not like progress 60%. They're like, there's just this communication about this part. The eastern side is complete.
Not a progress bar like hovering in the sky.
No health
with
bar.
A little hourglass flipping and a little.
Because if we could juice that up once everything's taken and they've retreated, that's going to give the Nazarene some security too, right? At the end of the day.
I mean,
you would need a
portion. The primary portion of their security from air and from space is the debris field. That has basically prevented everyone from coming in. The only reason the Empire made it here in the first place is because they willingly sent them the path in because they thought the Empire was friendly.
You'd have to boot the Empire out of the way and then shut up a shipping lane to bring massive amounts of parts and labor to finish this station.
Okay, that's kind of what I was asking. It was just if all the parts were there and it just needed to be assembled.
No, I think it's a neat thing. Like you got here in time before they had, like, they're digging in. Empire's really digging in, right? But they weren't completely done and defensible, right?
I mean, in that instance, I would think that the next best move would be to go take care of someone who we know is potentially going to destroy information that could be useful.
Oh, 100%. That's our priority one. I was just thinking for after that, once everybody's gone and done, instead of just being like, okay, well, we did our work here, let's go. Be like, no, we're going to stick around. We're going to help you get this shield generator working. And then in the future, you'll be protected from things like this, you know, because I'm sure if they had the shield generation station, the Empire, you know, like, oh, we're, you know, anybody who's like, oh, we're buddies, let's trade or whatever, and they come through, but they're actually hostile, at least they're going to have that on the inside.
Doc, is there
can
a
we,
way...
like... Oh, okay. I mean, you're going to ask me the same question I was going to ask the world.
Is there a way of tracking, like, where his message was sent from or to? Might be able to find him.
Let's see if we can give him a ping, shall we?
Yeah, you flooded every channel with all that annoying spam, and I was all getting fun. You're broadcasting. Would you like to shut that off, please, and let's softer ping? Buggers.
Well, I mean, now
Maybe...
we suddenly stop and listen to him complain.
Yeah, suddenly stop. He's so glad that's over. He lets his guard down, right? Working on some hit points there, TLXS?
Yeah, I'm all full.
Okay, good. So, use computer, sir?
Certainly. Can I get someone to assist on this one, just to be sure?
Sure.
You need to be trained?
I do believe you would need to be trained, yes.
Then no, I cannot.
27 with assistance is 29.
Okay.
And just because I like round numbers, 35.
Sir,
Even
I
if
think you should try turning it off and turning it back on again.
Hasn't played
Round
for a few
on
sessions.
numbers.
He's like, I got all these force points. Let's go.
Okay. So you guys notice you're like checking out all the relay signals that are like bouncing back and forth, and you see, you know, the Imperial positions moving, retreating. But there are some positions, and they're not units, they're singular entities holding position and moving around Mount Elmis. And you believe, because of the way their ones and zeros bounce around, it's more crab droids.
Boo.
And we know he's the one that controls them, right?
That's
All right.
probably our best place. And we need to go there anyway, so it works out.
Anyway, the droids are crawling all over 3 positions in amounts the construction. And all 3 of these positions are like towers and stuff where you could land a small shuttle or a ship. And he was just told to evacuate. So the crab droids that are on the ground are crawling towards Mount Elmis. And now they're climbing up the mountain, or they're like, you know, attached to the structure that's registering the position of the shield generator. But there are 3 distinct signals, like they're, you know, using towers as defensible positions. So what's your play, gentlemen?
Should we have Arthur see if he could bring one of the ships?
Knowledge,
One of our
knowledge
smaller ships here?
tactics.
Happily doing.
That's a good question. It's a good question. Kind of, what kind of vehicles are left behind that we can utilize?
13.
15.
They're using them. They're using them to pull out. They're not like abandoning vehicles and running off on foot towards the shuttle. They are like loading armaments onto carriers, and they are, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. Or they're using vehicles to like hold back and use the vehicles to guard a garrison or position, right? Even the garrison will evacuate, but they're locked down, and they'll just send in personnel, you know.
Oh, so we've taken the city.
Almost.
Okay.
Like I said, they're
Before we hand over full control of the center, I'm gonna send a message to TP to bring the ship over.
Okay.
Somebody gave me an idea about aerial bombardments. I liked it, so
Okay.
We could not do that. They still have fighters in the area. They might try a last-ditch suicide effort.
That's not suicide. It's like, sir, we're covering all the retreating, and then have squads in the air that are, like they've ferreted out that the one AA in the middle of the city, so we can't like do strafing runs on the Nazarene, but they've pulled back to positions where they can now safely go to orbit. And oh, sir, there's a ship. They ping it. It doesn't have the codes, and they'll attack it, and your ship will be attacked by a fighter squadron.
Well, ours is on the surface right now. We're just hopping it over. It wouldn't be leaving planetary surfaces.
No, but they have aerial forces planet
that they could bring down. Right.
Yeah,
they have guys on, like they have V-wings everywhere, and the V-wings have scope capability that's low because they fly low, right? They're just they're out of range of the AA that the one made, but
we do have cloak.
Okay.
And a pre-programmed flight path. This is just a thought.
Honestly, let them retreat. There's not much else they can do. Let's go clear out the shield generator and the bounty hunter, get what he has, and then we can bring the ship in.
I just don't understand why we have to wait. I really don't understand. Still sending out the order. Just
you want to scare him off? You start bombarding his position?
I never said I was going to bombard his position, but it's always nice to have the option.
I see.
Well,
so you're looking to block his retreat.
And it allows us to get to him significantly faster, so he's less time to prepare.
Oh, you guys could get over to Elmas faster than the ship can prep. And
Yeah. No.
Your ship's sitting cold 2 days walk away, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like, bring the ship. Okay, they start firing everything up, doing system checks. Like, ship will be here in 10 minutes or an hour or whatever, right? And
wait, sorry, really quick. Is the name of the mountain Mount Almus? Because Almus was also the name of the planet from the previous book.
Correct.
Pretty sure. Mount Antas. Sorry.
Okay.
It's Mount Antas. I've got Almus in my head because we were talking.
I know. It's actually a portmanteau. It's mountainous, but they just sort of broke it up so that Mount Antas. It's got a big hole in the mountain.
That's actually.
What was that new word you just taught us? What did you call that configuration of words? A what?
Oh, a portmanteau. It's like
a portmanteau.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's when you take two different words and sort of mash them together into a new one.
Okay. This looks like they took a big word and pulled it apart.
Yeah, so a reverse portmanteau.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey, we learned all about petards recently. I want to learn a new word. Portmanteau. Okay. Reverse portmanteau. Good to know.
That sounds dirty, and it's not at all.
No, I'm trying to be serious. I'm excited.
No, I know, just the way it kind of came out.
No, reverse poor man's toe. That's dirty.
This is right up there with bone apple tea. Shall we get going?
Yes.
Stay
on target.
Stay on target.
Okay. So how
we will send Merrick to secure a landing site in the city for the ship.
That sounds great.
Okay,
maybe just outside.
So you don't want to bring the ship over top of the mountain cloaked to block his retreat?
Oh, we're going to need a place to land it after we've done all that stuff.
Oh, right. So you need him, right, because with the Imperials around, we're sending Merrick to do the keep an LZ cold as opposed to hot. Okay, I got you.
Exactly. Scout us out a good place to land the ship.
I'm just so used to you guys going, can't we use Merrick? And I'm always like, no, you're actually role-playing a very good way to keep him busy.
You were very clear on the fact that we are not going to be able to use our walking tank man.
I mean,
you don't need him.
We should also send Spectre with him.
Don't need him. Always
between
need
the two of them, they can
roll your dice. Is that bugger going to get away before we prep our ship and we just go blow him out of the shit out of him? Wow, wait, there goes a perfectly good encounter.
Yeah, that's what sending him to find an LZ and keep it safe. So after our
And no one should go alone, so we should send Spectra because she can keep a.
Do you realize the crappiness of the ship that the pirates handed you? Every time there's a building, every time there's a position, you know where the enemy is? We'll just go get our ship. Just fly it over up to the window. Hi, and blow the shit out of it. It's like, I can see this happening again and again.
Yep.
But unfortunately,
you want to talk tactics? I mean, like, how do you argue with that?
I'm just saying, it's cloaked. So, but that heavy fire on a position could destroy the people and intel that we're desperately seeking again and again.
Not only that, but civilian casualties.
Well, and Rahal is one to like having a different kind of ammunition in his arsenal. And there's nothing that says, you're probably going to want to do what I want you to do. Like, hey, see that?
Oh, yeah, no, I
and then have all the guns.
Using
love
fear tactics.
No, the insurance,
not a good thing.
The insurance policy, I park my cloak ship up top, you know, like near orbit, so anybody trying to get through it, they're going to bounce off of it like it's a Klingon bird of prey in Star Trek, whatever. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's good role play. It's good movie canon without overplaying the gun, insurance policy, or whatever. But it's just the way you presented the information going, oh, bring my ship. We'll blow somebody used the bombardment word.
Somebody was talking about aerial bombardment, and that
yeah,
made me
go,
why don't we bring the ship over now that we started to claim, and I wasn't going to actually start shooting because I
appreciate
this is Nazarene's planet and they're already retreating and
using it as a background hazard as opposed to me having to go, please don't, and then you perfectly, you know what I mean? So yeah, the big black and white yes no, I like this way better. It's very good.
Yeah. So I wasn't going to just fly in guns running because we want to,
Yeah.
But
it's a backup plan,
exactly.
Not an intimidation.
Hey, any GM worth his salt would make you pay for that awesome idea and overpowered cheat, right? Because it'd be like, all right, and but it's always failing forward, right? Yeah, we blow the shit out of the Sarlacc project, but they don't have it, we don't have it, right? And then there's the next mission after your leaders pout at you. Here's the next thing to clean up this mess for your actions, and your guys are all like, tee. We have extra encounters because we screwed up. Yay. It's another reason why I don't like the XP system. So if we keep going out there and fucking up, we'll be like 30th level by the time we meet the... Yes, you will. Don't like that idea at all. Anyway. Actually, this is one of the few adventures where the milestone levels you quicker than XP would. There's not enough encounters to an XP for these to like... bring you to
speed of plot, baby. The speed of plot is very Star Wars.
Well, let's
Speaking of the
side
speed of plot, let's get going.
Okay, so you send Merrick off to the LZ?
Yep, send Merrick off to secure an LZ for the ship for after.
Okay.
And Spectra.
And Spectra, yes, Spectra as well.
Okay.
Or maybe actually have Spectra shadow us.
Okay. You guys get to the base
rather than send her with Merrick.
The base of Mount Elmas, and it's a mountain that you have to climb. And on top of the mountain is a whole bunch of like structures that are under construction and towers and the shield generator itself, and only the eastern side is done. Like it's far, far from complete. But there is enough sort of stable structure, like some platforms up there that could hold a small shuttle or perhaps a single fighter that a bounty hunter could ride around in. As far as the crab droids, I mean, maybe he could come down here with a carrier and scoop them all up. But anyway, according to our intel, the crab droids are spread out over 3 points. Like they are covering something.
Interesting. Okay.
Tactics?
Not me.
I think we have a droid for that.
29.
+2 to help.
Okay.
31.
If I had crab droids, I would cover landing zones so that someone can't jump me. So if there's 3 towers that, someone could... He's not expecting a giant cloaked capital ship, but if somebody came over in, I don't know, a Gatroc 720 that we know about and drop the landing pad or drop the... What do you call it? The cargo bay... Cargo bay platforms drop right at the bottom, right? You could fly that sucker hover and unload and load stuff. So perhaps he's expecting a Gatroc to show up and drop dudes off on one of the right? So he's making your life much harder by putting crab droids clinging and hiding to the side, right? but they're communicating with each other, and they're communicating with the hub so that they don't get hit by friendly fire. You know what I mean? Like the V-wings would come and just start nuking them if they don't. No, we're good. We're Imperial, right? So, but they're constantly pinging, so you know where they are.
Does there appear to be any way up the mountain that would be, like, if they have to start climbing it, are they going to get spotted?
Oh no, you guys could sneak up this mountain.
And
dude seems interested in the actual towers. Like you could just climb up the tower, and before you got to the roof, like unless Buddy could sense a life form or like had a, you know what I mean? Like you could be pretty much on top of his position before he'd know you were there. Unless you flew.
Maybe I can fly a little ahead of everybody and pick the safest path for folk to climb up.
Okay, but putting you in the air might register on small scope. Like dude could be up there with binocs or some kind of, you know what I mean? I don't like. We tried to fly stealthily, but it's not at night, and it's not away from the city. He has an elevated position. They probably have sensors, and they're probably waiting for you, or he's just covering his own ass.
Then I will fly next to Dr. Leth as we climb that. I was only planning to be 5 or 10 feet ahead of folk to kind of like pick up.
No, I'm all for scouting, but if you guys blow,
I wasn't planning to scout way ahead. Yeah. I just meant if we started climbing up the mountain,
maybe send him with some climbing equipment ahead to give us places, with the rope man's
line the ropes
synth rope collection.
Yeah, it's like climbing a very steep hill that you could tumble down with Annie and Senator Palpatine, like that kind of thing. Right. Not like
not like sheer cliff face.
No.
Okay.
No, but it's open. Like if you guys get spotty, knows your position, he could just still rain down on you with crab droids and shit like so easily, right? You guys are exposed, right?
Okay.
So surprise is on your like unless you guys could get aerial and jump them like Merrick and Buddy, like drop you guys like paratroopers one by one, or just get there, and okay.
Yep.
So we approach.
Let's just make a trek up. Stay low.
Okay, give me some stealth, guys.
Ooh.
I apologize in advance.
20.
16.
Ooh, 7.
Rahal, that's the second time you've rolled a 7 for your stealth check, and that's what you got in the last fight.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jay, can I have an intelligence check, please?
Probably. Intelligence of 9.
Okay. Suits my purpose just fine. You were the guy at the computer, like, noticing all the signals or whatever, and there's a redundancy in the signal, you would probably just assume it's like, blah, 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 this is this, and why would I question that, right? But now that we're approaching the tower, something might occur to you, and it has not. But that's fine. You'll know soon enough. So,
you must be quieter.
Even with a stealth of 7, it's so fashionable. Do I want to be stealthy, or do I want to make an impression to be fashionable? Stealth of 7. Well, I guess you look good while trying to sneak.
Just imagine him going up the hill like Zoolander with blue steel. This is my sneaking face.
He just looks to the horizon and shit blows up like 500 meters away. That's Magnum. All right. The massive shield generator is incomplete, but is already the biggest structure in or near the city. While the eastern third is finished, the rest is a mass of unfinished framework and construction platforms. The far western section of the frame has a platform many meters in the air. It's one of 3. And you guys, at this point, can see the perception. I'm going to say, if you're looking at us, we're looking at you.
20.
23.
23 as well.
Okay. You guys can see crab droids clinging up under near the top on different faces. That little tiny red light in the shadow giving the little bleep, the little antennae lights, softly blinking. Crouching, trying to look like construction, that kind of thing, folded up or whatever. Okay. It looks like he's got 6, 2 on each tower. And he could be on any of the 3. Or already gone. Who knows? But then, a voice booms out as if someone had turned on a megaphone. Is this what you've caused all this difficulty over? Is this why a request was made to Aldera University about this stupid dust ball? Well then, come and get it from me. The Empire will pay me well for bringing your battered bodies in manacles. Assuming you're clever enough to know what I'm talking about. Do you fools not even know a project when it's right in front of you? Come. And then you get that, like, it clicks off the thing. Do we respond? He may not have spotted our position, but he obviously knows you're in the area for some reason.
No clue why he would know that. Looks back at Sparkling Man and shiny pinstripe suit.
As I buff some
Young
jungle
Jedi,
build
give
up
me an
off my
intelligence
hat
check.
so it sparkles even more. I have no idea.
Poser, you have used a computer, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Not trained.
Okay.
Rahal is the only other. That's on
Okay.
Rahal.
What about you, Rahal? Young Jedi said this right in front of you. I'll throw a bone. I'll make the DC a little higher, but throw a bone.
What do you want? Intelligence check?
Intelligence check to put something together.
14.
There we go. Knowledge check, please. Okay, he's got to be tracking us somehow. He's either bugged us or he's got eyes on us somehow. But this guy could have attacked us, isolated us in the city at any time. You know what I mean? Like a bounty hunter could have used the chaos to launch an attack, especially maybe even, oh my God, it's them. It's the non-Nazarene attacking our... Goes dead. Oh, there they are. Swoop in with his droids and just waste you guys at the end of a battle when you're already hurt. How many times that happened? And he didn't do it. He's staging some kind of, ooh, come and get me. Walk into my... No, it couldn't be.
Of course, it's a trap. I mean, this.
Might as well spring it then.
Do we have many options to choose a different ground for? So,
Do you guys respond, pick a tower, or scale all three simultaneously? Try and surprise them?
split the party. Yeah.
It's only one dude.
That always goes so well. No, I think we'd take one tower out.
He
at
has
a
split
time.
his forces. He could have had 6 droids and himself on one tower going, hey, come get it from me, right? 7 on 4, 7 on 5. But he's placed 2 droids per tower, and he's hiding.
So as I get to the closest tower, I'm actually going to ping out.
I'm not certain he's necessarily on any of the towers.
He might not be. Let me see if I can sense him.
What's your radius?
Planetary.
This planet eventually, and once
Okay.
he focuses in it.
So I'll be using the specific subcategory of use of the Force to ignore the effects of cover and concealment for the purposes of a perception check. So there are still range penalties. But I just had to beat a DC 15 there, and so with a 15 perception check, see if I notice him on the top of the current tower I'm below.
No, he's not up there.
At
least you don't sense him.
Yeah,
Not stellar rolls, though.
Yeah.
The use of the Force I only had to hit a 15, but yeah, perception was.
Can you sense mundanes with the higher, like use the force? No?
Not specifically. It's
You can
either
find
force
other force
users
users,
or
but
just
not-
ignoring cover.
He's got a name. He's got a little bit of background, and now he's connected with the guy through voice. Although he's just talking through a speaker, it could be planted remotely or whatever. But he does have some kind of connection to this guy, reaching out just to sense a presence. Use the force,
How solid do these towers look now that we're closer up?
Far
They're-
seeing is a force.
They're like
power
scaffolding
specific.
surrounding structures.
So relatively easy to take down.
No, you would. This is Imperial plasteel. Like you would need like big explosives and you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it'd be like industrial size stuff.
Yeah. I
Giant
mean, maybe that's his
gas
jam. Maybe he's
fingers.
like, I brought all these explosives and now I have a tower and like, but he would get in shit. Okay, so you brought us 5 people, but you blew up the shield generator that we're gonna want to use later. Oh well, I needed to kill. You know what I mean? Like,
Then-
logically, blowing up his employer's crap probably not his play.
Okay. Second tower, use the force check, and perception of 27.
2 crab droids don't sense a presence.
Okay.
While we're looking at towers, can I look to see if there's any area, like, beside here that could be used to, like, very clearly and cleanly shoot into or between the towers?
You mean a good vantage point for him to shoot at us, or for you to shoot at
Yeah,
him?
for him to have shot at us, as in, like, is he
Oh, the
potentially a
towers,
sniper?
the towers themselves.
I know the towers themselves, but I'm thinking under the assumption that like he's not, or he wants us to go to the towers, but he's not in them.
If he's camped out on this side of the mountain, the towers would be cover, and he'd be risking a lot, hoping that you'd climb around behind the tower and have a clean shot. So he'd have to be like at the base of the towers, looking down on you, and go ha, like when you're right there. But then you could rush him. His best play, if he's going to snipe, would be up in the towers themselves. Now, you guys asked about the Holonet, about Vril Vrackith, what his portfolio is, what is right?
Yep.
Right? Do you guys have connection to the Holonet?
I
you
mean,
could-
if we could connect to our ship when we had the central, we would then have
Yep.
access to it.
So let's say after, I don't know, 20 minutes or 15 minutes of trekking out here, TP, who's on the ship? Not Arthur.
Yeah, TP.
Arthur and TP?
Yep.
Okay, Arthur
TP's
comes.
there, and then I've got the whole crew of droids
Right.
as well. But
So who's good at using a computer? Like who could find this information would be probably Arthur, right? Frank and
Arthur,
Arthur? Yeah, okay.
oh, I've
so
got
Arthur,
droids on the ship that could do it too.
so
Arthur and-
Arthur comes back to you with some information on him. He's not cheap, but he, always kind of gets his man. Has some kind of orphan story on Rhodia, that kind of crap that the Imperials like vetted him, so he's not like some rebel spy. Like he has the tragic backstory that made him dark, so that the Imperials trust to use him. He's not some kind of like turncoat or whatever. Okay, fancies himself a bit of a gunslinger, and loves drawing people in close and challenge them one-on-one. Now, this risks a lot, so some people don't hire him, but he's always bagged and tagged his guy, so unless you think the idea of his theatrics are stupid and don't hire him, if you trust the money that he's worth, he usually gets his man. And so far, he's fit the bill, because he's literally going, "Hi, Nani Popo. Is this what you want? Come get it."
Do
I
we
wait
think
for
we
you.
can guess who he wants? Is that important? So, like, he
He's
wants
a
the
bounty
Jedi.
hunter.
Right.
Of course.
So
He wants all of you guys, probably, like the whole crew. But,
yeah, he would. Yeah,
Who would he want a showdown?
Well, an MO bounty hunter usually go after a guy, right? So like they go, here's the bounty on this guy, right? And he goes and he usually does showdowns with that guy and then brings them in, dead, live, stunned, whatever, right? That's his MO. You guys are a group, and he's taking you guys on solo. Okay, so now he's got some crab droids backing him up. That's his crew, as opposed to like hiring a bounty crew, right? As far as if he would challenge one of you, with all cards on the table, I don't know, talk to him, right? Or like I said, ferret at his position and gain some advantage, like Poser's trying to do.
So with a use a force of 30 and then a perception with a natural 1 for 9.
He's on the other side of the mountain in a fighter.
He's kind of stray for a son of a gun. No. I don't sense him or crab droids on this tower. So, when the doctor gets that information, do you convey it to the rest of us?
Yeah, no, and like as a 30, he's sitting there. He's in a cloak-shaped fighter, landed on the backside of the mountain, waiting. With a 30, you sense a presence on the other side of the mountain in a cloak-shaped fighter. That's his play.
Oh.
That is what I thought, along the lines of, like, these ones are distraction.
Okay, but think about it. He would have attacked. If he was just going to strafe you, he would have done it. Right? You guys are going, the towers, the droids. You guys are halfway up the mountain now. Right now would be the best time to, dude sitting there like not engines cold, but then again, he knows you, right? Multiple party, 2 flyers, a huge armored badass. Yeah, I'm going to hide my freaking starfighter. I'm not going to stand out there going, because think about it. I'm a gunslinger. Come and get me. Yeah, okay. Prop. Thank you, Ryan. That was a short night. Like, I've been watching you guys. I watch how you fight. So it's like, all right, I got my own insurance policy. I'm going to sit back here and bring you in, and maybe he'll negotiate or try to pull some shit or whatever, but or no, he just dirty bastard and he'll just strafe the shit out of you, but it is also puzzling why he hasn't done that already.
All right, well, we're at the base of the towers. I'll kind of step out in wide open view. Be like, you want me, come get me. I'll yell it out pretty loud.
Okay. Aha! At least one of you are brave. Which one's that? Your leader? The Jedi, I wonder.
Lightsabers ignite.
All weapons out, shields up, myself, shields on.
How boring, he says. I thought you had a gentleman amongst you. Someone that would meet, old school, man to man.
Yeah, that ain't me.
I'll fight you one-on-one. I don't want to, but I will.
Considering what happened to Inquisitor Draco,
Looks over at Poser. Wow, I mean, he's got a point. I don't
if you
think anybody's heard from him in a while.
If you want this disc that has, and he actually says it, the project, he doesn't say the Sarlacc project, but he says
Or
the
even
project
finishes.
information on
Name your price.
a merchant. I like the sound of that. Very well. My price is one of you. Your best pistolier. Center tower.
Just looks over at Dr. Leth.
I knew he was going to talk about me this whole time. I'm like, it's me. No.
I thought about it. I thought about calling out Leth. It's like, no, he wouldn't know Leth is like the lucky shot in the face kind of guy. He just knows that, one of you guys, every party has one. Everyone's got a gun bunny. Okay, he's watching you guys walk. Okay, those are heavy armor guys, heavy weapon guys. Surely there's a, somebody that got the trusty sidearm, right? Somebody. And then he hears reports of people wielding blasters. He's like, sweet, I just want to have my little showdown. Then I'll, defeat you all somehow. So, you asked the name of price. That's what he wants. He wants you to send your best shooter up the tower. I will meet him there. We duel. The winner walks away with the Sarlacc project. What do you say? I think you figured out that I could easily overwhelm your position.
Fair enough. I'll have to,
Pulls out pistol, passes it to TLXX.
Is it your holdout blaster?
No, it's my actual blaster. But
this is where he reminds everyone of his Hippocratic oath. No guns. I don't use guns. I'm a doctor. I do no harm.
This is a surgically precise weapon. Thank you very much.
I've seen you wield it, so
Doctor, you can go up and I can keep you covered. That's less likely he'll see me up there.
Or I could go up.
Certainly, but why bother? Give TLXS a single pistol.
I've got one here.
A lot more likely to strafe us if we don't send you up.
He probably doesn't know who your best shooter is. Somebody yelled out, "What's your price?" My price is you send up one guy, your best guy, and
He wants our best shooter, which would
watch
be
the show
TLXS.
from down there, and it's like, if he comes down, he's gonna have a disc in his hand. If I fly away, guess what happened to your guy? And then, fun ensues. You guys use all your power, and I'll use all mine, and I'll try to collect your bounties. But he wants his little showdown.
Nah,
So he's
you know what?
Giving you guys a
I
little
got
chance.
this. Starts fussing and primping. Hey, watch this. And then I'll head to the tower. Start climbing.
Okay.
Really quickly, what are the distances between the towers?
Good question.
Because I'll at least station myself as if people start cheating, or we decide they're cheating, it'd be a couple of rounds, within a couple of rounds of inserting myself.
About like 300 squares.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like very long shot for a rifle, and like not great long shot for like heavy weapons.
Okay.
Like -10, you know what I mean?
Well, I wanted to do a run back of the...
he knows you have a sniper, so it's like,
the
these
kid
towers...
encounter where I jump from one roof to the other, but that's not possible. Okay.
Okay.
Love to see you try. Remember that episode of The Simpsons where Bart's supposed to jump his skateboard across the canyon, and Homer ends up going and does that whole play-by scene. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
And then he's not, and it's like he bounces his ass all the way down.
Oh, son of a...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go.
Okay. Climb your way up scaffolding. Okay. You get close, and the crab droids back off, the two that are on this tower, and let you up top. Right?
Yep.
Okay. There you go, Rahal. I've given you, and you alone, view of what you see. You guys see the tower. Rahal gets to the top, and there's like a fence, as it were, like around the top that you got to kind of like climb over and down, right? And you climb down, and when you're climbing, boop, I'll put you on the map here. When you're on this fence climbing, he brings his ship over. And by the time you climb over this fence, he has docked a cloaked-shaped fighter, looks like a manta ray, and popped out of the cockpit. Puts his hands to his throat. You surprise me! There's at least one man of honor amongst you.
Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself there, buddy. I ain't no man of honor. In fact, some days I'm barely a man.
See. Duly noted, he says, smiling. A Zabrakian. Tan skin.
Yep.
Tan skin, medium armor. And I believe I have a picture to show you. Voila.
Power armor.
Yeah, dude actually kind of looks like Wizard of Oz Tin Man with a Zabrakian head stuck on it.
Very much.
Some very old kind of Robotech looking legs and joints, So
Zabrakian, eh?
Yeah.
Surprised you'd take a contract from the Empire.
Man's got to make a living, he says, slowly walking towards you, calmly adjusting it, like doing the gentleman's, like, I'm just going to unclip it, no sudden moves. Lets you hop down off the fence, right?
Yep.
Comes to the edge of the wing, right? And comes down. He is now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares away from you.
Okay.
Standing in front of the edge of the wing. Ship is sitting there. It says it's docked, but the way it looks like it must be hovering because it doesn't look like there's much to hold this thing up. So I don't know if he's got like a clamp or whatever, but kind of got engine running kind of thing. Okay. I'm assuming you have comms open so everyone can hear.
Of course.
And can, you see okay. The droids close in, but not behind you to like sneak attack you. They move down the tower and turn and, kind of guard your friends. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They move into a position to like, if this goes sideways, then, they can hold off, attack. And the two on the tower, your tower, start patrolling. They start doing a slow around kind of thing. Watching them kind of thing.
So I'll wait till he gets off the wing and gets adjusted.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, it's awfully kind of you to save that disc. We intercepted the message instructing you to destroy it. Honestly, we thought it'd be gone by now.
I acknowledge their request, but if I left, I'd be leaving my bounty behind. And you guys have worked so hard to help the Nazarene take this planet back. I think that deserves a fighting chance, don't you?
Appreciate the opportunity.
So, who do I have the honor of addressing? My name is Vrackith. Vril Vrackith, at your service, with a slight mock bow.
Captain Machismo, at your service.
Machismo. Interesting. He taps something on his wrist and a list of names pops up. He says, well, if that's an alias, or perhaps one of these are one of your alias, I suppose it matters not. I've met you fair and square. So, since I have challenged you, I believe in the ancient way of dueling, you get to choose the weapon.
Bare hands.
I am afraid I'm not much of a brawler. I meant your choice of pistol, armament, that sort of thing. Wrist blaster, holdout blaster, blaster pistol, heavy blaster.
I always carry my trusty
hip.
blaster pistol with me, and I'll pull open my coat, revealing my heavy blaster pistol.
Excellent. He says, smiling, happy that you actually have a pistol. Well, he looks you up and down, right? Notices that you're huffing a bit. He takes a seat on the wing. When you're ready.
So while this is going on, I want to cloak and start slowly climbing up the tower, stealthing.
Okay.
These like crates and stuff that are shown on the map, are they like, could they provide cover?
Yeah, you could like run to one and hop a squat, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to, as I'm huffing and puffing, I'll say, oh, very kind of you. And I'll walk up and take a seat on this crate.
2 squares up and...
Right there.
Okay.
Holding your heavy blaster pistol in your left hand.
I think the jokes that we're putting out there lost on them. They'll get it sooner or later. I've got the wrong accent, but I appreciate the backup there, Doug. They'll come around, I'm sure. Okay, so you huff, you thank you wave him off. He watches you sit down, right?
And while we're sitting there waiting, I'll strike up some discord, and I will attempt to persuade him to give up this foolish course of action.
Okay.
I understand you've got your code or whatever, But you gotta know, these droids don't be nothing to my friends. You're very badly outnumbered. I am definitely not the best gunner in the group, but I appreciate a gentleman's agreement. Which is why I came up, because I'm unofficially the spokesperson of our little ragtag outfit.
You have to excuse me. Anyway, while you're talking, he's not looking at you. He looks away, like off into space, and he cocks his head and almost puts a finger to an ear, like someone's talking to him on a comm. He says, I am sorry to interrupt. It is disappointing that you are not the best pistolier in your group, but... And he kind of taps his knees and stands up. We'll have to begin. Apparently, you're, Anyway, we have a head count on you guys, and somebody disappeared. So the droids are like, we've lost track of somebody. And so it's like, oh, apparently we don't have much time for this. So.
Fair enough. I'll stand up.
Okay.
Unsnap the holster.
Okay.
Lick my fingers. Test the wind.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you could just say I'm going for a pee break.
He just pees over the side of the building.
Well, no, that, like, one of us disappeared. Oh, he was in the head.
I mean, Messina let's go back to a dwarf and a goblin in a bush, and if he's peeing over the side of the building you're climbing, I'm just saying, you don't want
Not what I'm meaning.
I don't want to go back to that. Okay.
We're talking about the slides, but okay.
His as you prep, his smile widens, and he, cocks his head and cracks his neck. And instead of waiting for you to, get back to your original position, he just turns to face you. Let's do a little measure here, shall we? Oops. Measure. Why am I not measuring? Oh, here we go. 8. 9. Yeah, 8, 9 squares away. Okay. Anyway, big smile. Lets you test the window, whatever.
Okay.
The wind picks up. And all goes quiet. Cast some climb rolls from Poser. Or would you like to just take 10?
I mean, I'd love to take 10, but technically don't know if I'm being threatened.
You can take 10. I mean, I let him climb up here, right?
Okay.
You guys sat there and waited the whole time. Oh, up he goes,
Yeah, I'll climb, and I'll also give so I have a +6 to my climb, so 16 for everyone.
Okay.
But I will make stealth checks.
He wiggles his fingers and slowly, like showing you like he's prepping like you.
Yep.
Clicks something above his belt, and the holster like loosens and flips. So the handle comes, like, instead of the handle being back for a right hand, right? It flips around so it's facing him, and he pulls off the glove of his left hand, showing you that he's gonna like cross hip draw.
Got 6 fingers on it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. But the 6th one is a cybernetic thumb. 2 thumbs. So,
are we gonna have an initiative off?
yes, yes, I think so. Hang on, let me cue it up. Cue up my my drop here. Ready? Our eyes slant, face serious, chin drop down. We stare at each other. All goes quiet. And then Skeel rolls a 19 on a climb check, and you just silently, no one sees or hears him fall. Well, no, just kidding.
That was use the force check, not climb.
Oh, maybe I need new glasses too. And he smiles and says, "Begin." Roll away, sir. 12.5. He gets 20. He draws first. His heavy blaster pistol. Boom. And with his right hand, kind of fans the back of it for rapid fire. Does the double tap. Ooh. And shoots at you.
Oh.
With a natural 20. Nat 20! That's so awesome. I'm sorry, but come on. Like the one
that
draw.
is real cool.
That is very freaking cool. I use rapid shot, which means he gets an extra dice. Oh, damn.
A -2 to attack. So that's only still a natural 20.
Oh, dude's got some fun feats, man. He's got trigger work. He's got improved initial. He's got tons of stuff. Really.
Yeah, I got
stuff.
some cool feats too.
Yeah. Oh, I know what's coming. That's why I'm happy he gets this leased in. Here we go. And the roll. 22 for a total of 44 points of damage.
Which surpasses my damage threshold, knocking me down the condition track.
What is your total hit points right now?
80. So I'm now down to 36.
Okay. So to start the ball
Do you
roll.
want to use a destiny point?
Actually, no. That would have done. Where's my thingamajigger? Personal shield. Where are you?
Yep.
That would have. I think it's only
Okay.
5 though. I think
Okay.
it might be 10.
If you guys talk to him on the comms in character, go nuts. But I would like Matt to try and handle this on his own as far as player advice.
Gotcha.
See
Fair enough.
How he does.
I'll mute up on this one. Though.
So yeah, it still surpassed my damage threshold, but my shield absorbs 10 hit points.
Okay.
And is knocked down to 5. Da-da-da-da. So I actually have 46, and I'm still down the threshold,
Okay.
and my shield SR is now 5.
Shoots you, center mass, pew, big pew, watches you stagger back a little bit, sees you take it, and waits for you to drop to your face, but you do not, and you do what?
Force grip.
That would have been a headshot if the shield hadn't angled it up a little bit off your hat. Okay. And he cheats.
Use the force of 30.
Saw that coming.
And I will do the spending of the force point to juice the ability to give him the extra oomph.
It's against my willpower, yes?
It is versus your fortitude defense.
Oh, my fortitude defense. Okay.
So if my use the force check equals or exceeds the target's fortitude defense, the target takes 66 points of damage and can only take a single swift action on their next turn. Otherwise,
My
target.
fortitude is very high, but it's not 30.
Cool.
So
I can spend a force point to deal an additional 2d6 points of damage. So he's going to take 8d6.
okay.
Where's the roller? Where are you, roller? 8, 6. Takes 28 points of neck damage. And then I will start walking towards him.
My threshold is 27, so he knocks me down the condition track.
That was only 76, so you get one more D6, Matt.
That's only 7. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. You're right, I do. I said 8 D6. Oh, there you go. I'll throw another one out there for an extra point, making it 29.
He would be very disappointed if you held back, right? Okay. Just typing in my new hit point total here. Because I actually have it geared on the mini. I should actually have a health bar just so Doug can track his little health going up and down. Okay.
We're not
walking
on that map, so we can't see it.
I know. I just wanted that for, the displacement. You guys would like call it a bunch of tactics or whatever.
I'm watching the stream, so I gotta cheat.
See, I purposely didn't say the audience.
So I will start slowly and deliberately walking towards him. I will move 5 feet forward.
Okay. After that first display, bring you all on here so y'all can watch the tension. Okay. You take a so you get up off the thing and just take a step forward. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Back to me.
Because I'm going to start talking.
Right. So you use the power for a standard, you move, and now it's back to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went.
Yep.
Right. Now I'm used to actually going after Poser, and I can take nothing but a swift action. So I can take nothing but a swift action until your next turn, or
Yes, but until force grip is broken.
right. And can I do anything to try to break that manually? No. Okay. There is one thing I can do as a swift action. So I have my gun out, and you start choking me, and he's all like, right? His eyes widen in surprise. But I know you had a Jedi. Didn't think it was you. I mean, a guy even did a, type of thing. So anyway, first there's surprise. And then there's a bit of like a glimmer of respect. Like, well played. Surprise, surprise. And then a smile. And as a swift action, I detonate.
Okay.
Now, if I were to lay a trap, where would be a good place to go? Well, there's lots of different things on this platform. We're not going to talk about them all, but I do know that defensible positions are a great place to put bombs. So, kaboom. I remotely detonate. Where is it here? Na-na-na-na-na-na. Do-do-do-do-do-do. That's funny. Pistol. Oh, there it is. Okay. 4 square burst. Boom. I've got one on the back here. So where is my... I just want to like draw. There we go. Draw shape. Let's draw extra.
Got the
large.
icons.
Okay. Back corner. Drop me a 4 square.
That what you wanted?
Yeah, but it's I got a 4. It's a 4 square burst. It says.
Okay, I got that one.
Oops. 1 second. Let me clear drawings. This has gone all.
Get out of the way.
I don't know. I can't shut this off. No. I was doing. Okay, and then I thought. Okay.
The square is indicating the radius.
Okay.
So this is.
I'll double check
4.
it while we're here.
I just looked it up. It's the
Okay.
yellow indicator.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So he already
anyway,
had the detonator in his hand?
Swift action, right? Swift actions can
If
be.
it's in his hand.
Well, I've got my thingy.
Yeah, he's got the wrist pad with all the buttons.
Yeah. Anyway, got myself a thermal detonator, rigged to blow. Fa-boom. And I stuck it basically in a back corner. And boom. So suddenly an explosion. You start cheating. Oh, so do I. Kaboom. Thermal detonator goes off with a plus 12 to hit radius. Fa-boom, fa-boom. Boom. And 24.
Miss.
Right. So half damage for
Okay.
Iridia, right? And suddenly, the poser, you're on your way up, and then all of a sudden there's an explosion and one corner like lights up. It's like, oh, that's why the droids moved halfway down and started.
Yeah,
It's
at that
playtime.
point, I'm going to start scrambling up.
Okay, you are at the halfway point. You want to engage a droid?
Can I activate Surge to move past it? Because you said they were kind of like spinning around. So I'm gonna wait for one to like just get past me, activate Surge, and just
Well, if we rotate, right, we lose eyes. So you got one watching you guys and one going around, that kind of thing, to do the patrol thing.
okay.
Right. Anyway, if you increase your movement, more chance of us hearing you, because we could possibly perceive you by hearing you going ting 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 as you climb.
Yeah, and that's okay.
You just want to get there. I'm just saying, like, you will increase
Yeah.
your chance of being spotted if you. Okay. So join the initiative fun.
So, I mean, I can roll initiative. Always.
Anyway, you might as well all, because I'm assuming now that I've lit up a corner, it's on like Donkey Kong. You don't know what Rahal did or what I did, but it looked like if there's explosions, somebody's cheating. And you guys, I'm assuming you guys are all going to want to get in on this. So.
Yep.
So,
26 on initiative. That is a 37 to activate Surge, which will give me double my move speed this turn. And 28 on which gets me stealth.
Mind if I drag myself on map so I can roll?
Oh yeah, you just put yourself guys over on the left side. You're climbing up that side of the mountain.
Okay, I'll move up. Second one.
I rolled for initiative, but I don't have access to dragging my mini
21.
on, so.
Should be able to just drag it from the journal onto the map, and it'll create
Gotcha.
one for you. Yeah, there.
There you go.
Oh,
There you are,
okay.
Goleth.
Well, that was a 32, so.
Goodbye. I've lost my initiative. It went away. There we go. Okay, TLXS, what'd you get?
21.
Okay, so we're deleting this old you.
Right.
Me. It's not here. Rahal. There's 2 Rahals, so we're going with the 12 Rahal for the good Rahal.
I do need to know how much damage I took, though, because I have to do use the force check to see if I can maintain.
Yep. Getting there.
Can you add turn on less mini? Now we can edit value.
I've got 2 skills. 8 or 26 skill.
26.
Okay. And what did you get? Dr. Leth?
I got a
30.
32.
Okay. Okay. So, we'll call that round 1, and we're into round 2 because it's gone back to me. So I'm at, where am I here? Dun, 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 dun. I'm at 20, right? So at 20, okay, an explosion happens, and you guys are all like, what the hell? What's going on, right? We go to Rahal, the round turns, and you guys process the explosion for 6 seconds, and we'll stop at the top of the turn order. So for damage for Rahal, it's just easier that way. 8d6 in half because of he made his save.
Roll ones, Jeff. Roll ones.
8d6 plus 5, actually.
Those
Total
weren't ones, Jeff.
47 in half. So that's 23. And you wanted to know if it shakes up your...
Yeah, probably is. I don't know if I can even succeed on a nat 20. What
Did it
would
hit your
that be?
threshold?
No. Oh,
Okay.
yes, because I'm on down the condition track.
Sorry, dude. So go down 2.
Go down 2. Oh, yeah, move myself down to the next step. Yes.
Oh, you know what?
Unless you want a destiny point that.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Good. I could destiny point that.
No help from the peanut gallery. Come on.
Good. That just negates the damage, right?
How many different points have you got?
Well, see, it would be worthwhile for me to do so because that's going to cut me down to half of my current hit points, which is already just about half of my hit points.
Sure. This
do
is
I
the boss fight.
Destiny point it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a destiny point.
So you negate all damage with a destiny point.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Because then I
looking
don't
at-
have to worry about doing the
Okay.
concentration thing, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. So you're concentrating, right? And he goes for a smile, and and his eyes shift behind you, and you tuck into this roll, like you go prone type of thing, and it washes over you. Whoosh. Now it says you take no damage. What about your shields?
That's a good question.
I'm
If
assuming-
you took no damage to
You're-
hurt the shields,
You're
then
Well, no, it
technically
does say it
negating
negates the
attack.
damage.
Yeah.
It negates the attack. So
So the wording on it is actually very specific. Automatically causes an attack made against you to miss even after the attack is resolved. Technically,
Yeah, it's
the
an area
thermal
of
it already missed.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So that it doesn't negate damage then.
Right.
But I
It-
could use my destiny point to act out of turn and move forward some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is fair.
that would be kind of more cinematic, actually.
So where do you want to go? Like I said, that actually
and you,
good,
get
'cause
you get a full turn.
I was going to say he tucks and rolls forward, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you tuck and roll forward and you concentrate. You want to
And
re-up your power
I maintain my force
As a-
choke.
as a swift.
No, it's a standard.
Okay, so re-roll the attack. And my fortitude, because you're rolling at
28.
fortitude, right?
Yeah.
My fortitude was 27, but I'm down one on the condition track as well, so I'm only at 26, so that's a success.
All right.
He takes a knee.
So he takes another.
I love how we're eye to eye. You know,
Well,
I come down to a
66
platform.
unless you're
No,
spending another.
it's 8d6.
40
Well, that's a good question. Since I already juiced the power, does it continue to be juiced if I maintain it, or do I have to re-spend a force point to get that damage?
No, you'd force point per damage.
Yeah, I'm
A
still
force.
gonna
look at
I'm ruling a force point boosts damage.
I'm
once, not like
still
up through.
gonna spend the force point to
Sure.
boost the damage.
Sure.
No,
There's
I agree with you, Jeff.
I do.
I'm not asking.
No, I know.
I could tell he didn't want to hear that.
Oh, come on, I'm on a boss fight. I don't want to stall this while looking up every little rule. You guys are.
Oh,
No, that's fair. No, I was thinking about it. I was like, no, that makes complete sense. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know I usually don't do that.
I am willing. We are happy to retcon and geek over the rules later, but I am trying for something not and it's been requested. Fans of like, you guys keep stalling as you go. Can't you like finish one damn thing?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
go back and fix it. And
30,
That's why.
30 points of damage
So.
to
Let
his
me ro-
neck.
Right. Now, you guys asking for force points and manipulating his actions so it works, like we're all kind of coing it, like for the explosion, that's fine. Yeah, I got no problem with that. But I don't want you guys opening your mouth every time I do, because it's really kind of slowing the flow according to the fans, and I can't blame it.
All right, so 30 points of damage
To me.
to you, yes. Oh, well
I got-
played, sir.
Sorry,
Got
30,
any more of them things hidden up here?
30 to 40, what? I see 30, you're saying 40?
I said 30.
Oh, sorry, okay.
And I will
Probably damage threshold.
spend my swift action to return the power to my suite. Because why not? While I'm
Yep.
still maintaining it. I'm going to do it again.
He goes down, that's his threshold. A little bird told me. At least he's seething through his teeth. So I'm down 2 in the condition track, but I'm still there. Anyway, so you've acted out a turn, which brings you up to just before him, we'll say, like 21. Right? And you did the roll and you maintained the power.
Yep.
Right? And
Yep.
now it's my turn?
Yep.
And you've succeeded, so all I've got is a swift?
Yep.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Nope. I can't move. Right? So he you know how like when they're choking, they can't really talk, but they can mutter. They're like this, you know, like where are the generator? Where's like is that right? So he starts saying letters and numbers.
Starts saying letters and numbers.
A, B, Elf. Right. And as if in response, perhaps that's the name of a droid or something, his ship takes off, lifts off, and begins to turn, lining its guns up. And that's my turn. You say, have I got anything else? He says, and the ship, does the repulsor lift, turn. This is what I got. Doesn't fire on you, just looking like, you want to cheat? Okay, we'll cheat. Anyway, bringing us to the top of the endless round. But it was quite the round, I gotta say. Have I got a Destiny point? No, I just got force points. And so far I've been pretty good. I've actually not missed and stuff.
Second wind if he's below half.
Oh yeah. Oh wait a minute, don't I gotta spend swifts on that?
Yes, singular swift to catch second wind.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess talking's for free. I didn't want to be a dick though and do it right away. 1/4 of my hit points back after having, because obviously
an extra swift. He's got to wait till next round for that one.
That would actually be my swift action. Talking's for free. If this guy's going to use a Destiny point, come over and say, "What else have you got?" Full sentence. I'm going to say one word. No. He says no. I just thought it was cool. Because boss fights are special. Anyway, which brings us at the top initiative voter, Dr. Leth. Your pistol weeps. Should have been you.
Well, there was an explosion and there's droids crawling around the building. I'm going to fire on one of them. Unless from the angle we're at, can I see the ship that just took off?
It's on the back. You guys are on the front.
Yeah, so I figured I wouldn't be able to see that.
You might be able to hear it. Pistol. This thing is like... How fast can you climb, Hoser?
So normally climbing is half your speed as a full round action.
Right, so it's like 6. So let's say this thing's like 60, took 10 rounds. We watched him go up by himself. Now you're speed gunning it. So you're about to get to the top or engage the droid.
I was about to speed gun it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this thing, you're looking at long range for a pistol to get hit the top, and you gotta walk around. So hitting the ship, you could get it to position, Dr. Leth, but if you want to just shoot droids, they are at medium range at 60 squares. And even if you move 6 up, that would bring you down to 54, and they're still at medium range. -5. Only -5.
Yeah, I don't see myself getting particularly close to them. At the very least, I can draw some attention, so sure.
Okay. So you start shooting, hey, me, right? And that's right. You start shooting at this thing, then the one does not try to perceive Skeel as he runs by. I hear boom, boom, boom into my chassis. So that's a good move. I like that. Skeel. Dr. Les starts covering you. Cover fire. Pew, 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 pew.
There's fire at them.
Yeah, right where he is. Good thing you're cloaked. Oh shit, he can't see me either. Shoot at them. Let's have a roll. Let's see how bad it is. Give us a roll there, Dr. Left.
That is a 7.
Oh, damn. So he doesn't hit you, but he's ping, ping, ping the scaffolding right near you in the drive. Your turn. Oh shit, not safe to stay here. What do you want to do?
All right. So use the force check of 37 to activate Surge, which will give me double my move speed. And then use the force check of 28 for Cloak to maintain that.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll just let Cloak drop. And then I will climb. And accelerated climb. Which allows me to go my full speed. So I'll go the full 12 squares instead of 6.
Okay. I will say that puts you on the fence. So you are literally where your mini is, on the outside of this fence. But you can see the platform. You see Rahal just coming up from a tuck and roll. You see this guy, almost taking a knee, and you see the ship's pulled back and is moving into position like it's going to gun, nose tipping down, like it's ready to shoot. And you're like, oh crap, it's going to shoot on our position. And that's you.
Yep. How much higher does the fence go?
It's it's considered like a square or so, like 1 or 2. So you just, boop,
Okay, gotcha.
Next round, we'll just put you on the other side of the fence, climbing down.
Yeah, no, that works. Okay.
It's like a square. So, okay.
Oop.
Okay. Are you happy that you got your whole turn?
Yes.
Do you want to say the line?
I'm done.
TLXS. We'll see you all next time. For 2 hours.
Dang. Now I feel like Aiden.
I keep it forced to myself. Up because the Emperor ruined it for everyone else. We gotta find a place to hide. Guess we're going underground now.